Oh boy, it's been a cold winter, hasn't it? And so what do? You're a chef like me and you are adamant about getting your food from the guys that grow the food, right? I don't like going to the grocery store. I don't like my food with wax and preservatives on it. So what do you do in the winter when the trees look like this? The ground is frozen. I would love a fresh tomato, but fresh tomatoes don't grow in frozen ground. So I had to come to Momire, North Carolina and Sunburst Tomatoes to find out, how do you grow stuff in the winter? We're going to talk to Tim Bass here and find out how he overcomes a very cold frozen ground to bring you the freshest, best, most beautiful tomatoes. Wait till you see this. I'm here with Tim Bass, Sunburst Tomatoes, and Tim, the trees are bare, the ground is cold, but yet you're still putting out beautiful fresh tomatoes. What's the answer? How do you do it?
Well, we'll have to go through this door right here and you can see for yourself.
In Momire, North Carolina with Tim Bass, Sunburst Tomatoes. I found your secret garden, Tim, when it's freezing outside. This is how you do it. This place is incredible. Tell me about your tomatoes. How do you do this indoors?
Well, it's heated, Todd. We heat the greenhouse during the wintertime, so even if it's 30 degrees outside and the sun is shining, we're okay during the daytime, but nighttime is when you really require the heat. I mean, if it drops down to 20 degrees, we got to keep the inside the greenhouse 65 degrees, so that's when it takes all the heat. So it's all heated and controlled by a computer as far as the temperature, humidity, watering system, and everything's computer controlled.
Wow. And they're buried in the dirt under here, or what are they growing?
They're growing in coconut fiber down here. It's these bags of coconut fiber. They're approximately 3 feet long, 6 inches wide, 4 or 5 inches tall. These tomatoes were actually seeded back the first part of November. So we've been growing them through all the snow and cold weather that we've had, and now we're reaping our benefits of our labor. We're getting ready to start picking tomatoes.
And how do you water them? How do they get nutrients?
Watered through these little water tubes here that you can see. It's controlled by the computer. Comes on about every 20 minutes at this time of the year during the daytime. No watering at nighttime. The water brings in all the water that it needs, plus all the nutrients that it needs to make the plant grow and produce flavorful tomatoes.
And now they grow, all right, obviously roots upward. What's the string?
They're growing on a string here. They're supported by the string. If you can see these little clips here, there's a white one, here's a black one. They're under the leaf. That's what actually supports the plant. It holds it up. So when it gets up to the top of the wire here, where that is, at that time we've pulled leaves off the bottom of the plant so we can actually let the plant down and it has more room to grow up. So at the end of the season, when we finish up with the plants, they'll be approximately 15 feet long.
And you're always picking from the bottom?
Always picking from the bottom. Up here's your growing point.
And growing
the
from
bottom
the,
point
from the
never
top.
changes.
So what's the advantage of being in here? What, you get a better tasting tomato? You're able to control the product?
Yeah, we can control the product. It's not outside, so it's inside, so it doesn't have rain and dew or anything like that on it. The shelf life is incredible. I mean, they'll keep a week with no problem. And we can pick them when they're at a mature stage instead of green stage. We don't pick them green and gas them or anything like that. They're picked when they're ripe for maximum flavor.
And what makes a tomato go bad? You say it extends the shelf life.
Yes. Well, I mean, if you field grown tomatoes, a lot of them, if they're shipped in out of Florida, wherever, they're sitting on a truck, and the whole time they're transported, they're just beating and banging against each other. Where ours, we pick them and we don't have. They're delivered within, you know, a couple of 100 miles at the most.
And this is a family business. You've been here a long time.
Me and my wife do most of the work, probably 90–95% of it. The farm itself has been in our family for over 100 years.
And I noticed Tim Bass, we're on Bass Road. Yeah. Everything around here is called Bass. Here. And so how many generations has it been?
5 or 6 probably.
Of farmers.
Yeah.
And you started farming when?
In '78. When I got out of high school.
So, Tim, are these considered organic tomatoes then?
No, they're not organic, but they are pesticide free. But the reason they're not organic is some of the fertilizers that we use are not organically approved, but some of them are.
Okay. And how do you said pesticide free, how do you control bugs?
We basically buy good bugs to eat the bad bugs.
Ah, predators.
Predators, that's right. Here's an example. We have these here. What they do is search out the white flies, and they'll actually attach their eggs to the white fly larvae and parasitize them and kill them. This here's for aphids, and it does the same principle. They attack the aphid and lay an egg in it. When that egg hatches, it kills the aphids.
So bad bugs get killed by the good bugs.
Right.
That's a great way to go about it. Pesticide free, another thing to look for in your wholesome food. Oh, we got some rain coming in. It sounds nice, but I mean, that brings up a good point. It's not in the outdoors. How do you pollinate these things?
We buy bumblebees. About every 6 or 8 weeks, we bring a hive in and put them in, and they fly around and pollinate the crop for us.
Don't kill those bumblebees. You'd have no pumpkins, you'd have no tomatoes, you'd have no a lot of things. Bumblebees pollinate things inside, and because it's not outside, you got to bring the bumblebees inside, and you have a little cardboard hive that they live in. They go out, and because it's raining today, we were trying to get a picture of some of them, but you told me what? They don't work as well?
They don't work as good when the humidity's too high. The humidity in the flower won't shed its pollen if it's too high. Humidity is sticky. So they only fly around and pollinate when they know that the pollen will shed off.
Huh. And that's the best kind of labor, right? You
That's
don't have,
true.
they don't work when the weather's not
right.
nice. That's great. Here at Sunburst Tomatoes in Momire, North Carolina, this is more proof that you can find wholesome foods, that you can find the things that the farmers are making for you. Don't have your stuff trucked from another country or another part of the U.S. Go to where the food is. You'll have the best created dinners when you use basic cooking methods. Tim, thank you so much for showing me this beautiful place. It's just wonderful, and congratulations.
Thank you.